No, we're not ready.
The errands are done, and we are ready to record. Welcome to Locker Room Talk.
Damn, dude, Matt was so proud. Matt carried like a 25-pound bag of laundry today.
Yeah.
Getting fucking strong, dude.
Yeah, working on that broken arm. I'm back up to benching my warm-up.
Hell yeah.
What's your warm-up?
We don't need to.
Let the fans know. Let them have something to work towards, Matthew.
135.
135 is fucking
Yeah.
impressive. That's a Bobby Sheehan weight.
Yeah.
Well, my PR is a cool 75.
Ooh, so
What's
Matt is technically twice as strong as Bobby.
Yeah, technically.
Now, what do you mean by putting emphasis on technically? Do you think you have, more practical strength?
No, I think in actuality, he's also twice as strong as me.
Oh.
Or 35% as strong as me.
Interesting.
Maybe even 36.
Bobby Sheehan, Joe Gorman, Matt Maran. We're here, Workout Advice Podcast.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
This is sweat room.
This is the sweat room. We
I
all
am
just
sweating a
carried
bit.
laundry back to the apartment.
2 blocks.
Yes, that's our workout for the week.
2 blocks, 2 cocks.
Whoa, come on, Bobby.
It's free association, dude. This is a riffing podcast.
Do you really mean that?
I mean it with all my goddamn heart, dude. I'm
Yeah.
in such a good mood.
Why?
I don't know. It's the weather's nice. I got to do a favor for a friend.
That's true.
Although honestly,
And then you carried laundry.
I just wiped my mouth. I'm like, did a favor for one Joe Gorman, the monthly third mic favor as he calls it.
Right.
Yeah.
Time to cash out the Patreon, Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And it's I don't know. I got my Diet Coke.
Got a Diet Coke.
And 7 years sober today, buddy.
Ooh, very nice.
Ow!
I ain't dead yet, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
But one day I will be.
So was it like this was like the day you were like, this is the first day of the rest of my life?
I actually wrote that in my journal.
Did you really?
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if you did.
I actually didn't know that I would be sober until like that evening.
Really?
Yeah, because even then I was like, well, who knows? And then a couple of experiences that day led me to say, you know what? No mas.
So we knew a few things. You were hungover.
I was hungover.
And you upset your mom.
Or my mom is very mad.
Are you
Imagine
upset?
your 25-year-old ginger alcoholic son is living in your basement. How happy would that make you?
Yeah.
Mm.
Your
So
girlfriend called.
You wake up one
Yeah.
morning, hungover, your asshole is sore.
Right.
and-
But on top of that, I felt bad.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend called and said, Bobby, I'm starting middle school soon. We can't keep doing this.
Yes.
People are asking too many questions.
Right.
Classic rock bottom story.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Whatever did you do, Bobbert?
Well, I called out of work,
Ooh.
but I didn't want my mom to know that I called out of work.
Mercy.
So I saw the Brothers Grimsby, or however you say it.
Oh, that stupid Sacha Baron Cohen.
But I slept through the entire thing. 10 o'clock in the morning at the Middletown Mall in Orange County, New York. The only person in the theater was a sleeping, hungover 25-year-old, very fat Bobby Sheehan.
You say very fat, but I don't think you were that fat.
It didn't. Some people like you rock it very well, Joseph.
Thank
You were like Jim Norton fat.
I was.
I've seen pictures. I didn't know about Fat Bobby Sheehan.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
But
No.
like Fat Jim
What a
Norton.
cool rap name, by the way, huh?
Yeah.
Fat Bobby Sheehan?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like Jim Norton was fat, but when he was hanging out with Bobby Kelly and Patrice, you were like, oh, he's not that fat.
Yeah.
But you had that like pudgy fat.
I had a lesbian trucker vibe.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think now that you think you being straight edge is why you're like
Yeah.
so
There
fucking
was-
like jacked now?
Mm,
You replaced
may
the
be- Oh.
bottle with the dumbbell?
Well, I wouldn't if I did everything the same I do now, work, sleep, exercise wise, diet, sleep, exercise. If I put booze on top of that, yeah, it wouldn't be the same.
Interesting. But you
Booze
still-
does a lot of people in, I think.
yeah. I was talking to one of my old wrestling friends this
I don't
past
believe it.
weekend. And it's interesting because we knew each other when I was like at my most aggressive and wild at like 20, 19 years old, where I like
the most aggressive when you were pretending to beat people up.
exactly
The scariest.
Yeah.
The
And-
scariest. Like
yes.
it's not like those older guys where it's like he's pretending to beat people up, but I can tell he's pretending. Like when you were pretending to beat people up, you're like, this guy might actually beat people up.
Yeah.
And not just pretend.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I think I've told you guys before. One time when I was hanging out with like a college friend of mine and comedian friends of mine, one of my comedian friends mentioned that I was one of the nicest people they met in comedy. My college friend was like, "What, Matt?" Just because I was very different back then. So my wrestling friend I was talking to just like, I don't remember, he was like getting mad or angry about something, and I'm now very kind of I'm like very whatever and chill.
It's all God's plan.
And like zen. And he said that I'm like a sober person, that I'm either I'm sober about like being a guy who gets into bar fights, where I was either aggressive and would fight, or I don't care about anything. I have to be like completely chill and not care about anything and let everything roll off my back, because if I wasn't this chill, I would still be getting into bar fights.
Damn. What was the fucking hardest bar fight you ever got into?
What do you mean by hardest?
Like, you know, like it's like you fucking hit a guy so hard he falls backwards.
Oh, like the
breaks
most
his neck.
damage? I tore someone's Achilles once.
Damn.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, their Achilles heel is their Achilles heel.
Yes.
Did he get back at you by fucking breaking your arm?
Years later, he came to a comedy show and broke my arm.
I'm challenging you to an arm wrestling match, Matt Maran.
No, that one was like purely was self-defense, at least. Like, I think for the most part, ooh, something's going on outside.
Bobby, why are you so concerned, dude?
Someone got their Achilles torn outside.
It's Brooklyn. People go nuts all the time in this fucking beautiful city.
In hindsight, when I was like when I was like a teenager, there were a couple times where I like started fights, but for the most part, in hindsight, I could have avoided every confrontation I was probably in, but there were times where it was just like, if somebody did something and I felt like that's shitty, I should do something, I would do something.
Damn.
So there's like varying times of how much of a impatient asshole I was in all of these.
Nice.
But yeah, the one where there was like the worst damage done, it was after a wrestling show, where I had like picked on some guy in the crowd. There was like a really big guy, and right next to him was the little guy.
Nice.
And I picked on the little. I acted like I was gonna pick on the big guy, and then went to the small guy. I'm being the villain.
Yeah.
And being the cowardly bad guy. And then afterwards, that big guy was like furious. So I was in a bar after, and I just get like shoved from behind and go flying. He was like 6'8", like a bodybuilder, probably all roided up.
And so were you at the time. It was pro wrestling.
Exactly.
You were literally fighting fire with fire.
Yes. So I get shoved and just go flying, like 5 feet. I catch myself on like the bar.
Damn.
And I turn around, and he's coming at me, but he's like big and slow.
He was coming at you, but he took so long, and like as he was getting close, all of a sudden you heard the glass shatter, and Stone Cold Steve Austin's music started playing on the bar speaker, and then the guy that was advancing on you stopped in his tracks and started looking around, trying to see where Stone Cold was coming from.
Yeah.
And the whole bar was like, yeah, because like Stone Cold came running out, fucked him up, dude.
Yep.
I love that shit.
And tore his Achilles, and I took credit for it.
Nice, dude.
But no, he came at like a big lumbering like overhand, and I just kind of fight or flight mode, just ducked down and pulled his leg out from under him, and just pulled it into. I started to pull him into a hold with my hand under his ankle.
Oh my God.
And as soon as I start to turn and put pressure on, I hear a snap. And I just like let go, and that was like the end of. Most bar fights only last for a few seconds anyway before people come in and break it up. That was one of the wilder ones where
you paralyzed someone.
Yeah, that's why I think he was like roided out so much that his like tendons weren't that strong.
It was like
when you build muscle really fast and your tendons and the rest of your body hasn't had a chance to catch up, you could have like weaker tendons.
So, Matt, you're so naturally strong, you had the effects of steroids when your arm broke, just like this guy's Achilles tendon.
Yes.
So, like, what this guy needed years and years of steroid, you produced naturally through bang energy.
Yes,
and lifting
exactly.
weights.
But yeah, I had heard that the guy was going to try and sue me. But apparently it never got anywhere because it was so clearly a situation of self-defense.
No court in the world would.
Like, of all the fights I've been in, that's probably the one I did the least wrong in, and it's the one that the most damage happened in.
If you were sued, what would have happened?
It's clearly a guy like attacks you, and you try and contain them, and they get hurt in a freak accident.
Why didn't you sue Jerlon Toner when he broke your arm?
There was no way I was going to.
We have video evidence of him saying, "I'm glad I broke your arm, dude. I can't believe I fucking handed you that and you just left it."
Nah.
How is it, Bobby? Is it still recording?
Are we still recording, Bobby?
No, we didn't.
We got
Phew,
it.
dude.
We're good.
Man, we'll never trust our Apple. You know what? Steve Jobs dies, and now we suddenly can't trust this fucking product.
You ever
dude.
been in a fight, Joe?
Fuck no, dude. I'm a fucking adult.
Yeah?
Like I got into a fight as like
Even-
a high school kid.
Yeah. Well, my last fight, I was like 22.
Yeah, I've stopped. I haven't gotten into a fight like since I was like a teenager.
Yeah. What was the last fight you were
It
in?
was just like some fucking shit where I was like shoving a kid at a bus stop. A bus stop, Matt.
Yeah.
Waiting for it to take me to the middle school. Fuck, I was waiting to go to like middle school or something. I was like 8th grade. Yeah.
With one of Bobby's girlfriends.
Yeah. And she was like, I met this guy, and I was like, all right, that's cool. And I was like, okay, why is he a fully grown adult?
Yeah.
Whatever.
What
I was like, hey, buddy, leave her alone.
What about you, Bobby? You ever been in a fight?
Oh, yeah, like Joseph, I got most of them out of the way, like in junior high school, and I think it's because there was like a hot second where people are like, we should pick on Bobby.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, I would prefer if that didn't happen. And the thing about fighting is if you go with the sucker punch, you'll always be successful.
Yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I brought a gun to school.
Because you know where people go wrong is they do the puffing the chest thing and the pushing. No, you
terrible.
just look away and then real quick.
Anytime someone, whenever I remember one time somebody.
And is it cheating? Is it cowardly? Yes.
The best approach is to punch their girlfriend in the face as hard as you possibly can.
I remember one time a guy grabbed me like by the shirt and like twisted it and pulled me in like that was gonna be intimidating. Like that's the dumb. I mean, if you know anything about fighting, you just gave up your wrist.
Mm-hmm.
I just grabbed the guy's wrist and put him down on the ground.
Did you ever think about maybe give him a quick peck on the cheek? Maybe.
I did not in the fights.
That would be very cool. I think if I could turn back time, I would kiss somebody tenderly.
Also, in hindsight, most of the times I was the biggest like asshole. Fights never happen because usually people don't want to fight. So just by being willing to fight, people think you're crazy and walk away.
They think I'm crazy. Well, maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, dude. Now, my fighting days are over.
Really?
I got pepper spray now and the willingness to gouge somebody's eyes out if they cross the line.
I have a gun that we keep by the bed, but that's really to keep Kelly safe.
Nice. From you?
Yeah.
Babe, this is for if I get out of line, okay?
Yeah. Enough of this Real Housewives bullshit. I want to play PlayStation. She's like, get away! And like she fires. It goes whizzing by my head. And she's like, that was a warning shot.
You're just like, I want to play PlayStation. And you just hear the tick of the safety, and you're like, ugh. Like you just roll your eye. You're not even concerned. You're just more annoyed. Ugh, she's got the gun again.
Oh, this shit.
I
should have never got you that fucking thing.
Well, there was last year at Fight Club when there were those two hecklers, and I like
the Welsh
them.
kids.
Yeah, when I removed that's the last time. That's the first time in years, maybe definitely the last time where I clicked into that mode of like I'm fucking someone up right now.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah,
that was so exciting. I saw his eyes fill with red. And afterwards, I was like, Matt, were you going to kill those kids? And he looked at me dead in the eye, and he went, this is not a bit. I've always wanted to kill again.
Yeah.
Nice,
First that
dude.
homeless man on the road, and now these two Welsh or Northern Ireland boys.
Yeah.
Here's the reason why I think they were either Welsh or from Northern Ireland, because I can't
Let's
tell.
unpack it.
I can't tell accents for shit. But someone, when they first started heckling, someone said, "What's the deal with these two English kids?" And they went, "We're not English," but they weren't like aghast that someone would think they were English, which is what they would do if they were Irish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I know a Scottish accent. That is, I've seen Shrek.
Yeah, they were not Scottish.
It's not Scottish. So that leaves Northern Ireland. They're two Protestants from Northern Ireland or Welsh.
Yeah.
I have no idea what Welsh sounds like.
Well, also it was about the third or fourth warning at that point, and they had already been escorted out and then came back in.
This was the Troubles portion of the show.
And then and then they had to be kicked out, so I kicked them out
Where was this?
at Bowery Electric.
Oh, was that in like that Fight Club video where you're like, get the fuck out of here? And I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Matt was so mad. He was like, get out of my comedy club. And then he looked at someone off camera and went, make sure you clip that.
That's over. Hey, Get the fuck out. You're being disrespectful at this comedy show where we call each other gay.
Something.
Bobby's about to watch it.
I do have to look out the window. Something is happening.
A black person's getting mugged.
Wait.
Can you describe what you're seeing, Bobby?
Tell the people what's happening outside.
And then pull down your pants so everyone can get a sweet look at that little asshole of yours.
That's for the Patreon.
Come on,
I think
Bobby.
I do have a nice butt.
Well, tell us what you see.
I see a Amazon truck.
Ooh.
Whoever was screaming is gone because now I don't see people like standing around the sidewalk looking.
All right,
concerned.
well, stay like that for the rest of the podcast so the listeners can see the cake.
Yeah.
Little
Happy
bunt
birthday
cake,
to
dude.
you, listeners.
Carrot cake, baby.
I think I do have a nice butt, and I
Congrats.
have thick thighs, which I've been told save lives. I'm sorry, guys. This is off-brand, but I'm feeling myself today.
Why?
I'm having a nice time.
Damn. What's going on? What's up with this endorphin rush you've been
I-
suffering from?
You know what? I think I had raspberries instead of blueberries for my afternoon fruit snack,
Uh-oh.
and a little bit more calories. You know what? Maybe
What?
the change in my diet is affecting my mood because I couldn't eat at Chipotle today, so I had Kava, which is the working man's Chipotle, or white collar Chipotle.
What's kava?
Kava Cafe is like it's like you pick out a bowl,
Ooh.
you get a protein,
Okay.
but it's more Mediterranean, less Mexican, more Mediterranean.
I don't know
Yeah.
how I feel about that.
Chipotle is my go-to. Sometimes, if I can't find Chipotle, and if I have to, I'll go to Dos Toros.
Dos Toros, yeah.
I go
Which
to
is
Dos-
Spanish
I go
for
to the-
two toros, by the way.
I go to the Dos Toros.
Bobby, the
by
Duolingo's
house.
working, huh?
I know, dude.
2 Toros.
Yeah.
Dos Toros sucks, though.
Yeah.
But it's like the only one around.
It's
Do you mean that?
yeah.
Dos Toros isn't great. Not
Yeah, Dos
it's
Toros
no
is awful.
Chipotle.
I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Bubs just ran across the room as if someone was hunting him.
He is. He's a fucking nutcase, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What,
Oh,
he
'cause
pooped?
Okay. So Kelly's saying because the cat pooped, then he ran away. I guess it's this instinctual thing. Like I was so vulnerable, now I have to get far away.
My shame. I have to escape my shame.
Your shame, or do like predators like
Maybe
smell
they-
feces?
Maybe they feel like
Probably.
they're doing something wrong, like taking a poop, like, they'll never get me now, and run
Yeah.
off.
They're
I'm
saying
big-
I'm big
yeah.
and strong. Don't fuck with me. Huh? Interesting.
Bigorexia.
Yeah.
Oh. No, Matt has it. I have a true assessment of how shitty my body is.
What's bigorexia?
Bigorexia is like when bodybuilders, like their bodies are never big enough. They're never jacked enough.
Yeah.
They aren't as like vascular. We were watching this documentary on Amazon. You know what's funny? So we started watching Succession,
Yes.
and it was like 12:30.
Careful, Joseph.
I know, dude. Here's the thing. I totally understand why Dalton went nuts now because that's a good ass fucking show. It's like not enough that I'm like fucking going around and burning every bridge I have in the comedy scene, but enough that I can enjoy this for an evening. But anyway, it was like 12:30 at night, and we just finished like an episode of Succession. I was like, "Do you want to watch another episode?" And Kelly was like, "It's too late. It's we got to
Yeah.
start winding down."
Yeah.
But I didn't want to go to bed yet, so I put on a documentary, and it was called Bigorexia. It's on Amazon, and it's just like those bodybuilding documentaries from Generation Iron,
Okay.
where it's like these are bodybuilders like now, we're standing on the shoulders of giants like Arnold Schwarzenegger and
Frank Zane.
Frank Zane,
Ronnie
yeah,
Coleman.
Ronnie Coleman.
Ain't nothing but a peanut.
Well, Ronnie Coleman was like a later generation after.
Yeah, he was a little later.
Schwarzenegger.
Frank Zane was I would know some of the other names. There's like the 70s, the original
Lou
Pumping Iron.
Ferrigno.
Yeah.
And current day, Robert Van Sand. I went to high school with him, and he's a bodybuilder now.
Nice,
Ooh,
Bobby.
cool.
You could be like a natural bodybuilder.
Dude, you see some of the natural bodybuilders, and no, they are still far and away.
Still way more jacked.
Yeah, way more.
They're not taking steroids, but they're still taking a whole bunch of supplements.
Yeah.
Like what?
I mean, I don't know the supplement game that well, but I know
Well,
that
Matt
they
and I
do-
both take creatine.
No, I don't.
Me with purpose, and
Oh.
you and your Bang energy drinks.
Yeah, Bang energy drinks have creatine in
They
them.
say that creatine might cause hair loss, but I'm already there, baby. Might as well be
It's
wrapped
worth it.
too.
It's worth it, right?
Mhm.
I just take a protein, but it's a vegan protein.
Ooh, okay. Soy?
No, not soy.
Soy's not bad for you, by the way. That's just became like a meme.
Yeah, it's not bad for you, but I prefer not to. I get it from. I think it's hemp.
All right, if you guys want to be a couple soy boys, go ahead.
It is, dude. If I owned stock in soy, I'd be so mad that like a few alt-right guys got this thing going because it's a healthy protein. I prefer whey myself, but if I was vegan,
why do you prefer whey?
I think it's based on no information. I think it's better than soy, but
Bobby prefers gay.
My man.
That's what you tune into locker room talk for, guys.
To be honest, like gay protein, if it was just like human semen tested for HIV, of course. I mean, if you could argue that it had more protein than whey, I might have to drink it.
Uncut human gay, like this one might have some HIV strains in it, but it's like it's pure. It's fresh. From It's fresh from the load. A fresh load.
But nothing kills somebody's gains more than an autoimmune disorder.
Yeah, that's true. They do that for a cut.
Yeah. You know how like supermodels in the 70s like purposely ate tapeworms?
Yeah.
I'm purposely getting fucked in the ass in prison. So I'm on a cut. I'm on a cut, man.
I'm doing the most enjoyable cut I can.
Yeah. That's what the 70s were. It was the pumping iron and the tapeworm generation at the same time.
But yeah, dude, bigorexia. So like the guys are just like, I got to keep working out because I've never jacked enough. And like one guy's fucking ass blew out because he was like injecting too many steroids into it.
Oh, where it started leaking?
Yeah.
Squirting out, yeah.
And like those guys that put synthol directly into their fucking biceps so they have like cartoonishly large biceps.
I've seen guys who they have so much steroids where you can't even get a needle in. The scar tissue is so thick in their ass because they take so much steroids.
How much is too much, though?
I think when it starts squirting out because your body's like, no, this is too much. That's a good sign. You've taken too much.
Yeah.
Bodybuilders too, they have those little patooties. You ever see like they have, because glute is all fucking fat.
Yeah.
So they have like little tiny baby butts.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, it's
your
nice.
favorite.
Yeah. So because Kelly said that Matt and I have bigorexia. Matt does.
Not really. It's not that I can never be big enough, but I just I don't want to ever be skinny.
You don't want to be skinny.
Yeah.
Here's my thing.
Is that why you? Is that just why you eat like the candy you do? And like
Matt's on a perpetual dirty bulk, dude.
The candy's because I have a sweet tooth.
This is a dirty bulk. I'm just a natural ectomorph, so I need to make sure I'm consuming as many calories as possible.
Dirty bulk is so fucking funny to me because it's like, you could just eat a bunch of grilled chicken. They're like, yeah, but dirty bulk is actually better because I like eating garbage.
It's better for my mental health.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, but like it's not good for your heart.
Yeah.
I'm pretty healthy with my meals. It's just I have a sweet tooth. But yeah, my meals, I pretty much always just get like plain chicken, sweet potatoes, and greens.
Matt's always eating out of those little like
the Whole Food salad
those
bars.
little hardboard salad and like you have like Tupperware boxes like during your meals. So that you can
I get the
microcalories.
things of fruit when I'm out: pineapple, grapes. My favorite of all, honeydew.
Listen, we're not going down this rabbit hole again. So Matt doesn't have bigorexia. I don't either, because bigorexia is when everyone's like, you're big, and you're like, yeah, but I don't feel big. People tell me that I'm a little man. So I'm taking the external information and utilizing it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I have some of it because when I was younger, when I was bulking up, I always kept wanting to be bigger. And now I think as you get older, I don't think it's healthy to have that much weight on you. So I still want to, I don't want to be like big, but I don't want to be like skinny and weak either.
Yeah.
So finding a middle ground. Yeah. Like being lean but not weak necessarily.
Yes.
Yeah. It's well, because that was whenever I like look in the mirror and I feel like I'm putting on weight, I'm like, all right, I'll start dieting harder, doing more cardio, and I'll just I can like just lose the weight if I'm getting fat. I never have like an insecurity of like I always think I'm fat. But I will kind of be like, oh shit, I look
fat.
skinny.
Oh.
See, I would like to be ripped and big and not do steroids. And the thing about doing that is it's impossible.
To be ripped, big, and not do steroids.
You choose to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You see, like, to me, it's like big guys, but they have a belly,
Yeah.
or 6-pack, but you wouldn't know it unless they took their shirt off.
Like, well,
to me,
like,
they're
what kind of person can you see like a 6-pack through their fucking shirt?
No. I'm saying guys with 6-pack, generally, you think nothing of them with clothes on.
Yeah, that's like the best way to do it. Like an incognito. That's why you're incognito shredded.
But I'm saying,
Bobby, you wanna go around. You want to be recognized as this totally shredded comedian, where they're like, look at this fucking tall guy. He's a fucking comedian. I'd rather have all of that be incognito. They don't know how funny I am. They don't know how shredded I am. And like, it's like, oh, who's this fucking guy at the office? Like, doesn't matter. He's not shredded. He's not nothing. And then like at the end of the workday, I clock out and I'm like this fucking shredded fucking comedian. That's the way to do it.
like a Clark Kent situation.
The Batman scenario.
Okay.
Instead, you're the fat man.
Right.
It's not who I am, but what I eat.
Yeah.
That defines me.
Yeah. You can be either Fat Man or Bruce Gaines.
Hell yeah,
you gotta
dude.
pick one.
Hell yeah,
I take
dude.
Fat Man any day of the week.
But dude, if a genie came down
Yes.
from heaven, that's where genies live.
Genie.
Yeah. Hi, I'm
Before he's like, I'm gonna grant you 3 wishes before I hang myself in my Malibu apartment.
You got to rub a Mrs. Doubtfire DVD 3 times, and a genie comes out.
Hello.
no wishing for wishes, no making people fall in love, and no asking me to not kill myself.
Don't ask me to not kill myself. I don't like doing it.
What are your 3 wishes? First thing I want to say, it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
But yeah, if a genie was like, hey, you gained all you could gain, your newbie gains are the only gains you'll have, Bobby, I would still probably work out all the time because it's just something to do.
I know my wishes.
Yes.
My first wish. Anytime I need to buy something, I reach into my pocket and have the exact amount that I need to purchase it, no matter how much. If it's a car, I'm able to like reach in and just like put the money, whatever.
Oh, that's a good one.
So I
Seems
got
like a
that.
complicated way to like just ask for money, which by
Unlimited
Aladdin
wealth.
rules you're not supposed to do, by the way.
Why? He never said that.
Don't ask for money.
He doesn't say that. You can't. The fucking first wish he does is make me a prince. Get out of here,
Yeah,
bitch.
but that's not like Elon Musk isn't a prince.
Yeah, he's rich.
Yeah, I'm saying he asked for a title, which wasn't part of the rules, but don't ask for money was part of the rules.
The rules. The rules are.
You know how I feel about the rules.
Yeah. You have to. He never said you can't become. You can absolutely become wealthy. That's
What
like
if
one of the fucking.
you can't ask for money? Can you ask for an accurate outcome of the NCAA March Madness tournament and then put a bunch of money on it?
Yeah, why not? I'm not
There you
fucking
go.
writing the rules. I'm the one who just has to have like the perfect amount of money every time I make a purchase.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good
Anytime I
one.
want something, something, it's in my pocket.
Yeah.
Do you think you would run into this scenario where you're purchasing something and then you pull out the money and he's like, well, I didn't tell you how much it costs yet. And you're like, you hand it to him and he's like, wow, this is the exact amount.
Yeah.
And then he's like, wait a minute, something's going on, man. And he follows you home and he
Yeah.
pulls a knife on you.
Well, that's why I get my second wish.
What's your second wish?
Unstabbable.
Oh, how convenient.
Yeah.
Bobby. Yeah. He's got it figured out.
Unstabbable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wait, is your third wish unshootable?
My third wish. My third wish is that
Unrapeable.
I get
Damn.
everyone else who encounters the genie after me. I get their third wish.
Ooh, and
Whoa.
they don't know. That's
What
great.
if you get a giant dick and a giant set of tits?
Yeah, that'd be
And-
fucking sick, dude.
Yeah.
I just titty fuck myself all day.
And you have the love of everyone's father.
Yeah.
What if someone's suicidal as the genie? The third wish is to die, and then you get killed.
Ooh. I'll take that risk.
Because another person's third wish could be, I wish I never died. Oh my God,
Ooh.
it's a paradox show. What happens then? Do
I
we
guess-
kill God?
I guess like it's like an overall tally.
Wait,
This
so
is
in
complicated.
Aladdin, it was you can't wish for money.
Actually,
can't wish
I'm
for-
not positive
He doesn't
about
know.
that.
Yeah.
I know this. It's okay. The first thing he does is like X-Nan the wishing for more wishes.
Right.
And he's like, oh, we got a couple of rules, a couple of quid pro quos. Rule number 1.
It's not what Prick Poke means.
Yeah. Well, that's what he said in the movie. Okay. Rule number 1. I can't
No
kill
more wish.
anyone,
Yeah.
so don't ask.
Can't make someone fall in love.
I can't make somebody fall in love with you. I can't bring anyone back from the dead. And that's pretty much those are like the 3 main rules.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can get money.
Yeah, you can. Like, because Aladdin becomes, like, that's like one of the things is like when he becomes Prince Ali Ababwa, they're
Yeah.
giving out money all the time to the people in Agrabah.
Yeah.
That's like one of the things. Like, he's generous, so generous.
No, you know what was crazy about Agrabah is that they cut out the scene in the movie where the U.S. drone strikes the whole town.
That'd be cool. Yeah, during Aladdin and Jasmine's wedding at the end, a drone strike just fucking wipes everyone out, and Genie's not around to fucking prevent it.
They tie the Aladdin's monkey up to like a waterboard thing because they think he's behind 9/11.
Yeah. And then it like cuts to like Obama in the White House saying like, "It's okay. I think I'm a great president. I was on the Tonight Show."
And it cuts to Monday Night Raw, and John Cena says, "We have terminated to a permanent end Aladdin and Jasmine."
Yeah. The Al Qaeda fucking safety city of Agrabah is no more.
Yeah. No more sanctuary cities in Agrabah.
That's sick, dude.
What if fucking Aladdin had asked for the toppling of the American Empire and the establishment of an Islamic caliphate? Would Robin Williams be able to grant that?
Oh, here we go. Allahu Akbar. What a fucking nutty movie. Why would you set a fucking Disney movie in such like a dangerous, godless place?
I remember watching that movie in school.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking, what was the educational value of that?
It's fun.
Why did we watch Aladdin?
Because teachers were fucking just wanted to hang out. and
Yeah.
chill.
Because how else would you know to make fun of the Arab kid by making magic carpet jokes?
That's true.
Yeah.
Did you have an Arab kid in your elementary school?
Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, I had like every nationality in my elementary.
Matt sat on
school.
his desk and said, "This is mine now.
Yeah.
This is my birthright."
Yeah, I don't remember specifically like Arab jokes. It was more. There were more Asian kids, black kids, Spanish kids.
Yikes.
Indian kids, Pakistani. I guess Pakistani would be Arab. My best friend in high school was a Sikh Indian.
Seek and destroy.
Seek and destroy.
That's actually what Sheik is short for. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't know that.
Yeah.
They are pacifists, I will say.
Yeah,
Sikh
right.
Indians.
Which is what.
Not this one.
Tell that.
Yeah, he got in a few fights back in the day.
yikes, dude.
Yeah.
Did he pull out one of those big curved swords to try to fucking cut off your hands?
The one fight I remember he got into was in the actually this one was kind of it was one of those where a lot of times this happens where people are kind of fucking around doing something gross or dumb, and then one person punches someone and everyone's like, "Oh shit, it got to this level." I remember we were in the gym locker room and there was a condom on the ground and people started throwing it at each other.
Ugh. Wait, used?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But we were like 16 in like the high school locker room, and some kids were throwing it, and then someone threw it at my friend, and he just turned around and punched the guy.
Oh,
and it was just
jeez.
and it was just like, oh well, this was kind of a fun, dumb thing boys were doing, and then one of them was just like, fuck no.
Yeah. Oof. That's guy that doesn't know how to hang.
Yeah.
Because assuming there wasn't cum in it, that's just kind of funny.
Yeah.
Then it's your turn to throw it at someone.
Yeah.
You know, relax.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of the times. I think people that get, especially young men, they get into these physical altercations, and it's because they think that they're in a power play that does not exist.
Yeah, that was me in a lot of the fights I was in.
Matt,
Really?
no.
Was that I was like feeling like I needed to prove myself in some way.
Why?
Or
Didn't you have a good family life growing up?
yeah, I was just like the skinny, awkward kid trying to be a pro wrestler. Everyone was older than me, and I felt. And also, when I was a kid, sometimes I would like get taken advantage of. Not like bullied, but just kind of. I don't know, like
Pushed around.
a little pushed around.
Disrespected.
Yeah.
You wanted to maybe get a trench coat.
Yes.
Look up the blueprints of your high school.
My thought when I went away to college was, and I started wrestling was, okay, anytime like kids have made me like feel like inferior in any way or kind of dorky or whatever, is like I'm gonna be wrestling, I'm gonna be working out. I don't need to put up with that. Even though I had started doing amateur wrestling, a lot of the kids around me knew me from when I was in elementary school, and I was the dorky kid with the mushroom cut and the glasses chewing on the collar of my shirt. So
Damn, I would tease the fuck out of you.
exactly,
dude.
yeah.
What a fucking
But then you
retard.
went too far in the other direction.
Of course,
You're
yeah.
like, hey, Arnold, in that scene where he learns karate.
Yeah.
And he beats up the guy that was just asking him where the bus stop was.
Yep. Exactly.
Yikes, dude.
Yeah. So then, anytime someone did something like that I felt was disrespectful, like calling wrestling fake, I was gonna have to do something.
No,
about
if
it.
someone's calling wrestling fake, you gotta.
Right.
Why?
Because if someone makes fun of your religion, you're allowed to retaliate. Our Muslim
Exactly.
friends taught us that, okay? Even though Matt and Trey seem to think that it's not a big deal to draw the Prophet Muhammad because he's, quote, in a bear suit.
Ooh, dude, someone once drew a cartoon of wrestling being fake, and I had to do something about it.
Yeah, Tom, we're outside here at the WWE Embassy in Stony Brook, New York, and there's only one protester here, but he's very angry.
Yeah.
He said, quote, tonight is the Sons of Anarchy portion of the evening.
No, yeah, definitely any time where I felt like someone was being disrespectful or underestimating me in ways that they probably weren't, but I just like I was very much like especially when I went away to school or I was going to wrestling shows, was like, these people don't know me. I want to like draw a line in the sand and be like, I'm not someone to fuck with.
Nice.
But you know, when you think that, you go way too far in the other direction.
What I've learned, yeah, because I 100% agree with that. I feel the same when I was younger. I think now I realize if someone is playing a power game with me,
Yeah.
everyone around thinks that guy is being weird.
Yes.
That's what it is now, and
yeah.
you just responding maturely to it is like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, well
That's
that guy's
why-
That's
weird.
the best way.
Yeah, that is why now I'm very much, I assume everyone is joking or just being silly, and I just do not care at all.
Yeah.
Because then, one, if they are trying to be serious and do a real thing, it didn't work, and if they aren't, then good, I didn't overreact.
Yeah.
It's a win-win, dude.
Yeah. And also some of it really is like, if I wasn't like that, if I wasn't like zen and chill, I think it is like a sober guy where like if you have one drink, you're going to go crazy drinking. Where, yeah, if I am a little bit like, hey, you know what? Maybe this guy is fucking with me. I'm going to end up in a fight.
That's funny. You can't have one sip of overreacting.
Exactly. Yep. I can't have one sip of thinking someone's disrespecting me.
Hi, my name's Matt Maran, and it's been 7 years since the last time I went, what the fuck did you just say to me? Yeah. So, Joe, you've never been in a fight as an adult man?
No, as an adult man, fuck no.
Yeah.
Like, I think like once I fucking got out of high school, you know, it was just I was chill. Even when I was like drinking all the time, I was never like a fucking angry drunk.
Yeah.
I was like a chill drunk. I was always like, just I don't know. I was always like hanging out. I was happy. I would talk to people.
Just
but I
hanging
wouldn't,
out, just
yeah.
having fun. We're number one.
Getting blackout, like getting blackout, but not like fighting anyone about it. Just
Yeah.
just a run of the mill blackout. Occasionally hook up with someone.
Yeah, I never got in a fight when I was drunk. Drinking, I was always more likely to let things roll off my back and just want to have a good time.
Sing a little song, a little
Yeah.
Irish jig.
It was interesting. Like, people would get in fights when they drank. That was like a lot of other people's things. My thing was, if anything, people would try and get me drunk so I wouldn't fight.
Ooh. Okay. I'm just imagining younger Matt as a father.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I have to drink. That way I don't overreact when my son poops his pants.
Or comes out as trans.
Or comes out as if my infant son was like, goo goo gaga, I'm trans.
Dude, I just saw a clip from like a recent Trump rally.
Okay.
Where he's just going, he's doing like hack right-wing comedy, but it is very funny that a guy running for president is doing, where he's like, said he wants to he wants to have a sports team. He wants to be a sports general manager. He said, I want to run a women's basketball team. We'll be all men. We're going to dominate. I'll say, hey, LeBron James, you think about becoming a woman? We'll dominate the league.
That's awesome. He was like, yeah, you know, they want me to. These people, they want me to travel all over. You know, do traveling. They're telling me, Mr. President, get on the plane. Get on the plane. I say, fuck you, lady. I'm getting in the plane. You're like, hey, thanks a lot, everyone.
You know, I hook up with a lot of guys. A lot of them, no top sheets. None.
Yeah.
No bed frame. Zero.
You see, there's Republicans and conservatives, and Republicans are ruining it for all the conservatives. Conservatives just trying to have a nice time with no gays and trans people, and Republicans gotta ruin it for all of us.
How Trump's like
Tired of establishment Republicans, man. Tired.
Now that Joe Biden's the oldest president, I think we could have Trump get a little young blood back in the White House.
What do you mean?
You mean as a running mate?
No, because Joe Biden's like 80, so we need like a young fucking president again.
Oh, that in comparison,
Yeah,
Trump
we need
is
a young
young.
76-year-old Donald Trump.
Trump is a few years younger than Biden, but mentally at least a decade younger.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it would be-
Energy, yeah.
So that would be some youth in the White House.
Honestly, he's a fun-loving guy.
He was supposed to get arrested today.
I know.
He didn't. Well, also, I heard about it and I was like, oh, fuck, when they're like putting up barricades in the city. I'm like, I don't want there to be fucking shit when I'm trying to get to work or whatever.
Where is he
And,
right now?
I think he's in New. Actually, I'm not sure. But
He's,
then,
he's in Florida,
yeah,
Mar-a-Lago.
he's in Florida,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
But
has to
then
be
I
in
saw
Florida.
the thing. Well, apparently he had said to like protest at the New York courthouse or whatever.
Yeah.
But also the where the story came from that he was going to get arrested today was from him saying he was going to get arrested.
Yeah,
today.
and people were saying, which I think is probably the most likely, is that because the cops aren't going to drag him away in handcuffs. They would contact his lawyer and be like, there's a warrant out for your client's arrest. When do you want to bring him in?
Yeah.
There wouldn't be a perp walk. There would be a mug shot, but then he would be released same day of his own recognizance.
Yeah.
And it would be nothing.
I hope
It's
you're
only
right.
it's only something if he makes it something, which obviously he's going to do.
Yeah.
Either way, it martyrs him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And Alvin Bragg is 100%. He's doing this for like political purposes and to establish himself, like to get further along in his own political
And
career.
also, I like know nothing, and I'm an idiot. But from what I was reading about it, correct me if I'm wrong. This is the Stormy Daniels thing,
Yes.
paying the hush money, and it was that while he was running for president, he paid hush money, and it was reported as payment to his lawyer or legal fees when it was actually hush money, and legally when you're running for office, you're not allowed to mislabel something like that.
Yeah, basically,
Okay.
yeah. That's it. And
Okay.
and this is something that I believe it's $130,000,
Yeah.
which is a lot to us, but it is nothing.
Yeah.
And so you have a Democratic DA doing it to make a name for himself. Not that listen. I think if Trump did that, that's wrong.
Why?
And he just for a sec, let's pretend it's wrong. But let's, yeah.
Bobby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't. This is like the idea of the people in a cave only seeing the shadows of something and not seeing the true thing. I cannot grasp my mind around this. I'm sorry.
Well, some people think it's wrong, and that's fine. But let's not pretend
Yikes.
that
this is because Reagan fucking shut down all those fucking nut houses, right? So now there's these fucking nutballs in politics thinking that this is wrong what Trump did.
Yeah.
But he didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. Man, if Kennedy had just shut down the Fed, none of this would have ever happened.
So what does this all? What does it all mean, Bobby?
Yes. What does it mean for us?
what does it mean for
Loyal
locker room
Trump supporters. What does it mean for us?
Do you think Stormy Daniels would do the podcast?
talk? Probably.
All
Yeah.
right, we'll ask her. Matt, don't fall in love with her, please.
I'll try.
Every
try.
girl that's come on the podcast, Matt's been like, "So you want to get dinner after this?" And
Including Kelly. That was
Yeah.
the weird part.
and I was like, "Get a Gumar of your own."
yeah.
Well, also, he's like, there's investigations going into Trump for like the election fraud thing, which of any of the things Trump has done ever, that's the one I think most people, including like Republicans, are like, fuck you, why'd you do that? So if he's going to like get indicted or arrested for a thing, it kind of sucks that it's the fucking porn star thing instead of him like on the phone saying, hey, can you get me 10,000 votes?
By the way, if he gets convicted of this Stormy Daniels thing, he could still run for president.
Phew.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's not like being impeached. If he
Is it
was,
a felony?
if he was impeached
Well-
and then convicted in an impeachment trial,
Yeah.
that means he could never run for
But if
office
he-
again.
Can you can't run for office if you're a felon, right?
No, you can.
Oh, you can?
Can't vote in some states, but you could run for office.
Okay.
Sick, dude. Well, it all works out then.
Yeah. and we're in such a weird place right now that I feel like Trump literally being convicted of this would mean almost nothing because the people that like him will still like him, and the people that hate him will still hate him.
Yeah.
You know, because an election is just what are the 6% of people that aren't like very partisan? How are they going to vote?
Yeah.
And I don't know if those people even exist anymore. I think we're pretty evenly 50-50. Love, hate.
Right, wrong.
Right. Up, down.
Right wing and wrong.
Right wing and wrong wing.
Right wing and wrong wing.
Oh, dude, fire up the fucking camera.
There you go.
Well, good thing the camera's already fired.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Welcome to Newsmax Presents Locker Room Talk.
I think it should be fine because it's not in front of the the lights anymore.
I will say, talk about right wing and wrong wing. You know what makes me fucking cringe is when people on either side of the aisle say like libtards or republicans. I'm like, are you an adult person?
Yeah.
Republican, more like Republican, because they can't get anything done.
There you go. Bumping mics.
But
Mics.
can you imagine? Yeah, that's bumping mics. Except the it's me and Matt, and the audience is very disappointed.
Yeah.
They were like, "It's bumping Mike singular. It's a different show."
The audience is just me, and it's like I wasn't even paying attention.
Yeah. Joe's just on his phone while Matt and I are like, "Oh well, Lyndon B. Johnson." Blah, blah, blah.
Lyndon B. fucking sad.
Oh, sweetie.
Lyndon B. Trans.
Ooh.
Well, if he was alive today, that's what he would be.
No, he loves showing off his dick too much.
You know what? I had a
His Johnson.
my roommate and I were talking about this. He was asking me what I thought about what young Republicans feel about gay marriage. Yeah. And my feeling,
why do he ask you?
As a representative of the community, he feels for some reason.
But you're a libtard.
That's true. I am.
Yeah.
Or very conservative, depending on who you talk to. But
that's weird.
I think that Gen Z, conservative,
Careful.
like if you are too young to remember 9/11, even if you're a guy that wears, or a woman, that wears a MAGA hat, you don't give a shit about gay marriage at all. That's done. The new culture war is like the schools making our kids trans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
Probably.
I feel like I think that generally also. I mean, gay marriage doesn't seem to be as big of a wedge issue anymore. Abortion is still like 50-50.
Yes.
But then I'll fucking hear like Steven Crowder is still like, actually, we should still have civil unions. And he has like a young Republican audience.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
Interesting.
I feel like it's tough because every once in a while, if you look at like what are conservatives like? If I live in New York, so I see more liberal stuff than anything. If I get like fed up with it, it's like fucking let's see what the conservatives are saying. And the thing is, I feel like eventually it's all going to lead to them being like, also we don't want gay marriage. I think eventually it gets there.
I hope not.
Yeah, or marijuana should still be a Class A felony drug or whatever.
I don't mind that. Make it fucking cool again.
Yeah.
Make it fucking cool.
Joe has a red cap that says make smoking weed cool again.
That's why, we talked about it before. You got to be a liberal Republican. Conservative liberals. We said conservative liberals are lame.
So conservative Democrats.
Conservative Democrats, they're lame. But liberal Republicans, that's sick.
Yeah.
You know who's a conservative Democrat? Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Bill Clinton's pretty cool.
Bill Clinton is pretty cool.
Really? Why?
I mean, he's playing the saxophone. He's finger fucking an intern.
Yeah, but he's getting pushed around by his bitch wife.
Yeah.
I don't think she pushes him around, Joe.
Really?
I think he's fucking young women right now.
I bet they sleep in separate beds.
Yes.
Separate rooms.
Separate houses, probably.
That is like clearly like a marriage just on like business.
Me and Bill Clinton have a lot in common because we've never wanted to fuck Hillary Clinton.
Yes.
Do you think Chelsea Clinton is actually their kid? Do you think it's a test tube baby?
She looks like Hillary. Chelsea. Yeah. I don't know how much she looks like Bill.
Yeah, actually, Bill Clinton's pretty cool. He's a conservative liberal. Democrat.
He went to Epstein
whatever.
Island. That's pretty fucking
You're having
cool.
trouble with this one.
Conservative Democrat.
Yeah.
Liberal Republican. Who's like a liberal Republican?
I mean, they said John McCain.
I would say Trump's kids.
Oh, if we're doing
Mitt Romney. Pretty much anybody
Bill
besides
Clinton-
Trump that's run for
Oh no, Bill
president.
Clinton and Mitt Romney are not as cool as Bill Clinton. I feel like liberal Republican. I think of it more historically as like a someone like a Nelson Rockefeller was kind of like the guys who kind of thought the hippie movement was cool, so they smoked some weed, but then they also are like I don't know.
You can do this, Matt. Come on. Come on, Matt.
I don't know enough about politics to get. I know history stuff, but then when it comes to like actual issues and stuff, and I know more about issues from like the 1880s than I do about today.
Bernie Sanders is more of like a liberal conservative rather than a.
What is that? What is that?
I feel like he does say the N-word behind closed doors.
By the way, I think you meant to say liberal Republican. You both are having a hard time.
What
with
did
this.
I say?
You said liberal conservative.
I mean that. I definitely think he's a liberal conservative.
Yeah.
He's like, I think the black people should be able to do whatever they want as long as they're using their separate water fountains.
Yeah.
That's what I think he's all about.
Yeah.
There are no liberal Republicans now, though, Matt. That's
Yeah.
why I was struggling to think of a modern day example. They don't
Yeah.
exist because they're well, I guess there's MAGA Republicans and then there's moderate Republicans. Like I guess like Lynn Cheney wasn't liberal until now she is.
Yeah. A liberal Republican is someone who smokes weed but also appreciates toxic masculinity.
Fascinating.
You got to be toxically masculine, but cool with weed.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Joey Swoll is a liberal Republican.
That's me.
Dude, I can't
Joey Swoll.
That's me. I'm
I
Joey
can't
Swoll.
stand that guy, dude.
I like him
Who
a
is
lot.
he?
He's the hero we need.
He's too all right, so we have to talk about you're going to take pictures of people in the gym when they're just trying to better themselves. That is bullying and that is wrong.
What a faggot. Hey, if I'm taking a picture of somebody at the gym, it's because I'm saving it for my spank bag.
No, here's why he does. So all these girls like take videos of guys in the gym,
Yeah.
and are like, "This guy is creeping on me," or it's like, "Look at this guy. What the fuck kind of workout is he doing?" Like,
Nice.
it is bullying.
yes,
Who
but
cares,
I'm
dude?
I'm kind dude.
If
If someone
you're-
was filming me in the gym, I'm like, yeah, I can only lift 75 pounds. That is actually kind of funny.
And honestly,
Whatever.
like if you're going to a gym, you already lost. The only workout you need is like that Charles Bronson prison workout.
I kind of like that. There are a lot of girls who are like, "Fucking, I can't go to the gym because every guy is checking me out, and it's just a guy doing a workout." And then they post it, thinking, "I'm gonna get so many girls telling me, you go, queen, fuck that creepy guy." And instead, there's a guy, and then a whole bunch of people saying, "Actually, you're shitty for doing that."
Watch
Yes.
out, bitch.
I like that.
I think. Oh, hold on. So I agree with that. I just think Joey Swoll is corny. Like his whole thing, it's almost rage, like TikTok rage bait of just like. So the the very very few people that are chronically online are doing this crazy thing, and it's wrong. And first of all, by the way, Matt,
Yeah.
he says the literal sentence "do better," which is cringe.
Yes.
Anybody that says "do better"
Yeah.
is fucking.
Yeah.
They're the mayor of Cringe Town.
That's awful.
It's Cringe City, USA population them.
Yes, it is definitely cringy to see that. But when you see people putting people on blast and being shitty, it is cringy to tell them to do better publicly, but also they should fucking do better. That is shitty.
Why?
Because it's a shitty thing to do.
Don't go to a fucking gym. Serves everyone right for going to a fucking gym.
Honestly, that is his thing. I've heard him say this before. Like, gyms should make recording other people. You get kicked out if you do that.
it should
I
be like-
absolutely think that, especially because I've known people who are very insecure about going to the gym and publicly like working out because they don't feel like. They're like insecure about their bodies. They're trying to better themselves. And then if somebody were to record them to make fun of them in any way, that could then make them go, okay, I'm never going to go to the gym.
Well, then don't go to the gym,
Yeah,
dude.
that does suck, and I do agree. As cringy as this guy is, I do agree with his point that you shouldn't film people in the gym.
Yeah.
What if it's like
I-
a woman doing squats and it's like a really, really nice pooper? And you're like, well, I can't jerk off to it now. Well, that would be
Yeah.
that would be
Just imagining Joe
disrespectful.
explaining this to the police
Yeah.
officer at the Planet
So
Fitness.
it's like, what I'm
see-
going to do is I'm going to pull out my phone. I'm going to film her doing squats. I'm going to mutter some stuff under my breath.
Okay.
Where I'm like, oh my God, look
Yeah.
Look at this fucking tight little fucking. God, if I could just get my tongue in between those butt cheeks and lick that little chocolate starfish.
Yeah.
Like I would love, you know. and then,
Joe's
like,
behind the camera like someone filming an endangered species. Like, and here we have this. We have the very rare
Pog.
I'm pushing aside like the underbrush from like
Yeah.
one of the trees, and I'm like, my God, look.
What you call the underbrush is just a dumpy looking housewife.
Out of the way. Out of the way, bitch.
Now here we'll see. We have to move the dumpy fat housewife out of the way.
Yeah.
But once Piggo here gets out of the way, my
And it's
God.
also not like a thing very few people do. It's become, because at first it got really popular for like girls to record guys creeping on them, that like blew up as a thing online. So a lot of girls started doing it. Way more, to the point where it became an overreaction where girls would record any guy. So Joey Swoll doing his thing has actually made that less of a common thing.
Wow.
So that's why I'm like,
So people are actually following his advice of do better.
as
Why
cringe
don't-
as he is, he's the hero that we needed, because that shit was getting out of control.
Why don't you just go to a fucking gay gym? Because everyone there just works out and then fucks
It's
each other in the back.
$1,000 a month, dude. I looked into it.
It's worth it though, because then you get sucked off in the shower afterwards. Wouldn't that be
That's
cool?
a different membership. I'm like at the register. I'm like, so how much to get sucked off in the shower every night?
Planet Fitness dick in your mouth?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. That'd be cool.
Equicox.
Ooh.
Have sex with a man.
Yeah, there was. Speaking of online things, there was this one going around where there was a girl took a gym selfie and went, "I've been looking hot at the elliptical at this Equinox gym in New York City for months, and no guy has approached me." And someone like took it and went like, "Who's gonna tell her?" And it's because every single fucking man in an Equinox in New York City is gay.
Yeah.
Like that is
Yep.
so, and also not doing cardio.
Yeah.
Because, like, jacked gay guys, they're lifting weights, baby.
Yeah.
You gotta lift weights.
Yeah.
I,
Jack gay
I have
guys.
so much. I have so much fun at the gym.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, and
What
and
kind of gym are you? Planet Fitness?
Planet Fitness, baby. Yeah, one day I'll have my life together enough to maybe go to not an Equinox, but somewhere in the middle of those two extremes.
Like
you know what I mean?
a Blink.
Yeah.
No, Blink's still a little bit low.
Bl-
like a
yeah.
24-hour fitness.
Yes, or
That's
New York,
right in there.
or maybe New York Sports Club, or is that
New York Sports Club is good. Yeah, it's not quite Equinox. I used to go to where I grew up. There was a powerhouse gym.
Okay.
That got shut. It was shut down at one point because they were distributing steroids and cocaine.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was before I was around wrestlers.
Pump
who
and
were-
bump, dude.
Yeah, it was before I was around wrestlers who were doing steroids, so I was nowhere near the cocaine and steroids. But years later, in hindsight, I was kind of like, "Fucking, that would have been a really sick place to get jacked
Yeah,
and
dude.
party."
That's
Sounds like a lot of people were having a lot more fun there than I was.
yeah. Matt's like, can you keep it down? I'm trying to concentrate.
Yeah.
I will say the thing of because you were talking about earlier that some people are very insecure at the gym because they're like, people are looking at me, they see that like I'm not lifting very much.
Yeah.
And my mind state has always been I'm not going to impress anybody in this gym.
Yeah.
It's for the people that see me outside of the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, and I know because of my genetics and the fact that I can't afford to sleep like 10 hours a night or whatever,
Yeah.
I'm never going to have people be like, oh my God, look how ripped that guy is.
Yeah.
But every once in a while I'll have somebody go, hey, you like probably work out, right? And that's what it's all for, baby. Is someone thinking that maybe I might possibly work out. That's the best case scenario.
Yeah.
You know?
But there are just people who I know people who work out at home and never have gone to a gym and never will go to a gym
Hell
because
yeah.
they don't want to ever work out in front of anybody else because they're too embarrassed to that. And I have friends who I've gone to the gym with them and they like will go because they're going with me, and that or they go with the friend in general. That helps them get in a routine of starting to go, and then once you're in it, you can keep going.
Yeah.
But if any of those times, a video was online that they saw someone making fun of them doing a workout, not lifting a lot, just like, this is a weird workout, or
Nice.
a video in the background of you glancing over and them being like, look at this guy checking me out, that would be enough for them to decide not to go to the
But
gym.
what's worse? Like people like me, look at this idiot who doesn't know how to lift. What's worse, that or the ones where it's like, look at this fucking fat piece of shit working out. And everyone's like, fucking get yours. Do it. Hell yeah. And like people are being like way supportive and encouraging. But that's also like fucking insulting because it's like,
Yeah,
look at
I
this
think
fucking,
that's
you
shitty,
pathetic fat
condescending.
piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, but go for you. And people are like, yeah, do it. Like, oh, fucking, I'm showing up. I'm fucking.
Like when everyone cheers for the kid with Down syndrome to score a touchdown, it's like no one's even trying to tackle them.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I am.
yeah. You are.
and I got them lined up in my fucking
Yeah.
crosshairs.
It's
in the
patronizing. It's
bleachers.
patronizing.
Yeah.
Maybe like fucking score one for real.
Yeah. Yeah. Then that's the civil rights movement for people with Down syndrome. Is
Yeah.
if they could play in the NFL with no training wheels, so to
Yeah.
speak.
No, the people I've known who have been very insecure, and it's a very vulnerable thing for some people who like are trying to better themselves and feel shitty about the way they look to then go in public around a bunch of other people and start trying to do that. You're in a very vulnerable, a lot of people, they're in a very vulnerable place, and I've been around them, and yes, if somebody came up to them and was like, hey, yeah, good job, you can do it, that would also make them
Yeah.
never want to go.
Yeah.
So they can't win.
Yeah. Or you could just not acknowledge other people in either way.
No, but then like people would be like, going to the gym is so lonely and isolating. Everyone is just there lifting in silence. You know, there's no way to win.
I feel like the culture is probably a little different now that we all have earbuds.
Yeah.
You know, I remember reading online. They were like, don't bother people at the gym. Like, don't approach somebody, unless you're asking like about the machine that they're using. Like, don't try to be social with someone that's wearing earbuds.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, what kind of psychopath does not wear earbuds to the gym? Just raw dogging your workout.
Yeah.
Just enjoying the top 40 that they play on the speakers.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I've,
Just listening to
yeah.
John Mayer while you're getting your pump.
There are people who like I have that are like buddies of mine in the gym over the years, like people who go to the same gym as me that we know from like seeing each other wear like certain shirts. There's been someone at the gym I know who's a Yankees fan that like sometimes when we see each other we'll talk about baseball. There's like things like that I think you can have with other people from the gym. Oh, what are you working out today? Like you can have gym buddies or acquaintances that you just see each other in the same place like anywhere else. But yeah, you shouldn't be recording someone secretly to make fun of them or cheering them on.
Unless
you don't
it's
have to.
really fucking funny.
If
what
it's
they're
really
doing.
funny, then
Like,
yeah.
or if they look fucking goofy, you know? Or if you see Matt working out, go ahead and film it with the hashtag locker room talk body. And you know what? If you find any candid shots of us in public and you post on the internet, we'll give you something for free.
Yes, let's continue to encourage that.
Yeah. And if you find out where we live and kill us, maybe you'll be the third mic.
Like King Arthur's sword.
Yeah. Or a Highlander.
Oh, now is the perfect time to mention, Matthew, can you grab the ball for us?
Ooh, yes, we.
So we, as some of you may know, to celebrate 1 year of being a podcast together, we went to Dave & Buster's. And with the tickets that I won, I purchased this Dave & Buster's little ball. It's about the size of Matt. Well, you could see how big it is by Matt holding it.
Yeah.
And what we're gonna do for
If
one
you're listening,
lucky,
it's somewhere halfway between a baseball and a soccer ball. I'd
yes,
say.
and it's bouncy.
Right.
It's like a tiny kickball, basically.
Yeah.
It says Dave & Buster's on it.
It's like Lance Armstrong's testicle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bloated.
Like, yes, bloated. It's like big enough to be an enlarged testicle, but small enough that, you got to have only one for it to be this size.
And like my testicle, it is very orange.
yes.
Bobby.
I'm sorry, Joe. I was just trying to make a joke. So
Dave and busted.
Dave and about to bust, dude.
David busting on your mom's tits.
Hell yeah, dude. So if you want us to bust on your mom's tits, and we didn't discuss this with you, Joseph, because Matt and I bought the ball while you were watching TV with your Gumar. But
Yeah.
we're for one lucky.
Joe was busy learning about what is it? Bigorexia.
That's right.
Yeah. For one of our lucky patrons, we are going to all sign this ball and give it to you guys.
So guys, let's do.
Are you going to mail it to them?
Yes, we'll mail it. So let's do this, and let me know if you guys agree. We're gonna have a deadline. you could subscribe to the. You have 1 week to subscribe to the Patreon.
Yes.
And so a week from the release of this episode.
So is it only for like new subscribers for the Patreon?
No, Joseph, I'm glad you asked. So it's for all subscribers.
Okay.
I'm giving them a deadline of when they could subscribe. If they're not already
What's the
subscribed.
A week from the release of this episode.
When is this released?
Let's just say April 1st. Or actually,
Yes,
April
1st.
April 1st.
Let's do April 2nd so people don't make an assumption based on it being April 1st.
It's April Fool's Day.
Exactly. So April 2nd.
So we'll say April 1st and then say April Fool's. It's actually April 2nd.
So April 2nd, folks. Assuming you're subscribed
or
to
April 1st because it's April Fool's Day.
I can't believe you're doing this. So April. You know what? Never mind. No one gets the ball, guys. Thanks for listening to Locker Room Talk. We'll see you next week.
April 2nd,
Thank you.
you can sign up for the Patreon.
How much
and
time do we have left?
Well, I should also
see if we're still recording?
We're not.
we're at 105 and we have to explain a little bit more.
We have to do this.
All
We
right,
have to-
Bobby, then fucking do it already.
We'll have to explain a little bit more.
All right,
So-
no one's stopping you.
April 1st is the deadline. This is the official deadline. And if you haven't signed up for the Patreon yet, you won't have a chance to win a signed Dave & Buster's ball.
Right. How are we deciding who gets it?
So, on April 2nd.
What about the foreign people? Like they live internationally. How are we going to get it to them if they win? You have to be American
Yes.
and within 2 miles of my house. All right.
Okay, well, that sounds
Bobby,
good.
can you explain it? Because I have no idea how we're doing this.
I'm going to try.
Okay.
So, on April 2nd,
April 2nd.
we're going to write down everybody's name that is subscribed to the Patreon. And we're going to put the names in a hat.
Right.
And then during a Patreon episode, we're going to pull the names. And whoever is pulled gets the Locker Room Talk ball signed by all three of us.
Yes.
And the year free subscription.
And that is not true. And I don't even know how we would do that.
We just fucking we'd Venmo them back whatever they pay us.
This is the worst business model ever. Someone that's already giving us money, we'll give you something for free.
And also, we will give you all of your money back that you have given
awesome.
us.
Damn, that's actually I would fucking sign up if that was what.
Yeah,
we did.
they
Yeah,
win
it's-
and they're like, you know what? You don't even have to give me the ball.
The problem with doing anything that's like good business for the podcast is it's also way too fun to derail it every time we start to do it.
Yikes, that's a great point, Matthew.
Yeah. All right, so sorry, you won't get your money back, but we'll give you a signed Dave & Buster's ball. And if it's one of our international patrons, Bobby's just gonna have to pay for international shipping fees.
Yes, and Kelly's going to sign it too. I haven't cleared it with her, but I think
Ooh.
she'll agree.
Yeah. Well.
Official Gumar of Locker Room Talk, dude. She has to sign it.
And we'll have
Yeah.
Finn put his little paw print on it.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Come here, Finn. Come here, Finn. Come
Finnegan,
here, Finn.
come on over here.
Come here, Finny. Come here, Finn. Come here, Finn. Look at this. Come
Oh.
here, Finn. What if Finn likes it too much? Maybe we should just give it to him. Come here, Finn.
We pull his name out of the hat, and it's Finnegan J. Taylor.
Yeah, look.
Yeah.
Finnegan
Aw.
J. Taylor Gorman.
Finnegan J. Taylor Gorman.
Yeah.
Hyphenated.
He almost put his little paw on it.
Yeah.
We'll get him. To do
We're
it.
gonna put ink all over Finnegan's cute little paw, and he's gonna sign the ball in his own way. And maybe Babassus too. We're gonna run out of room on this goddamn ball.
It's going to be like a fucking yearbook, dude.
Well, I have a giant autograph, so that's
You have
gonna
a
be
big John
problem.
Hancock.
Yeah.
Big John Hancock.
I've always been insecure about the size of my Hancock.
Well, John Hancock signed his name so big because King George was blind.
Is that true?
Apparently.
Wow,
You didn't know that?
King George.
Because he was like, I want to make sure King George knows I'm a fucking...
Wait, King George Jr.
King George W. Bush.
Yeah. Well, John Hancock signed right next to Thomas Jefferson, so he can put it on his dating app and say Thomas Jefferson for size.
Oh, that's hilarious, dude. God damn.
Here's my John Hancock, TJ for size. Or for reference, you'd say for size, right?
I think either one works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
do you
think
think
black
about-
people say for size, and then white people say for reference.
Right.
Dude, I have been getting more matches on Bumble.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What's the most beautiful woman you've matched with on Bumble?
I don't match with any beautiful women.
Oh, really? Just like fives?
Yeah. Well, at best, yeah.
So that's why they're on Bumble.
No, that's why they're matching with me. That's the thing, dude. If I really feel for a guy that looks like me, that's like, where are the model tier women? I'm like,
You can
not.
match with a couple. I've matched with a couple of beautiful women on dating apps back in the day.
Yeah, and then they, they want to go out, but first they need you to cash app them some money.
It's
Yeah.
like, all right, fine.
Yeah, perfect. If you just got to cash app
I
them
wish.
some
I
money.
wish. I honestly. I wish there was an app called like Hooker. HOOKR, and it's like you just find like sex workers in your come on, sex workers in your area. Like, why do we have to stigmatize it?
I think it is kind of weird that sex workers do use the dating apps and like almost try to catfish you with it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, if I wanted a sex worker, like I could figure it out. Like I
Could
know
you?
Backpage doesn't exist
couldn't.
anymore, but like pretty sure you could just Google like sex workers New
You
York
should
City.
be able to
find
have
it.
sexworker.com and just find a fucking sex worker. It's ridiculous that it's stigmatized and like, oh well, it's fucking dangerous, and trying to equate sex work to sex trafficking is like the exact same thing as trying to like equate cocaine to the cartels. It's like there's some correlation, but it's not exclusive.
Yeah, it's trying to say that, I support the cartels because I buy drugs. It's like, well, I want drugs.
Yeah.
So like, stop making me feel bad.
Well, just like, then let the fucking market speak for itself. Legalize drugs, legalize prostitution, and legalize farmersdog.com, the best food for your dog. Finnegan eats Farmer's Dog all the time. Use code word locker room for 15% off your first order. We were sponsored.
That's amazing. I wish you kind of, brought it to Matt and my attention.
No, I
but-
keep 90. I'm keeping all of that. That's just for us because they messaged me
Oh,
and they
yeah.
said like it's just for Finnegan, and it seems like Matt would abuse dogs and Bobby has no interest in having a dog.
Yeah.
So it's just for me.
Well, Bobby, we kept it a secret from Joe that we're being sponsored by Dave and Buster's.
That's
So,
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like we all got our little secrets in this podcast.
Dude, the prizes at Dave and Buster's, Matt and I noticed, is like a lot of them were like fun little kid toys, like the ball, but also a lot of them were like men's face scrub,
Yeah.
and like all these fucking just like take care of yourself middle-aged guy stuff. And it was making me laugh thinking about like a man and a woman on a date, and the woman's like, I can't believe I married this man child. And then he's like, let me see what I could buy with my tickets. And she's like, honey, how about the face scrub? How about the dandruff shampoo? How
I
about
got the manliest prize with my tickets to Dave and Buster's. I got Tootsie Rolls and gummy bears.
Kelly got like a ton of cards. We're saving up to get a boombox.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Are you gonna walk around with it on your shoulder,
Yeah.
shirtless,
Like a big
playing
fat guy in
80s
the
rap?
80s?
Yeah.
When
I
you
said a
and,
hip hop, a hip to the hip to the hip hop, and then boop.
when you and Kelly break up, you'll hold it over your head outside of the apartment window in the rain.
Winter back.
I like that you said when,
Yeah.
but it was for the bit, Matthew.
Yeah.
it's for the bit.
Mhm.
It's just a bit, Joe. It's gonna be okay.
You guys can't break up. Where it would be so awkward to record the podcast.
It would, dude.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, because you in addition to your romantic relationship, you have a business relationship. I mean, when we started the podcast, you signed a contract that said, this will also be used as a place of business. That's why she's not allowed in the apartment between
That's
the
true.
hours of 6 and 7.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
I think that, listen, we had a nice year of podcasting, and I think we'll have several more.
Maybe.
Several
Two-
more years
2, possibly 3 more years, I think.
at most.
I think a presidential term. About after 4 years, we asked the listeners if they still want to listen, like almost like a re-election.
Oh, and then once they all say no, we declare voter fraud.
Yes.
And demand that people storm the Capitol. So
It's the same building.
same building. They storm the Capitol, and they're all trying to find Nancy Pelosi and AOC and hang Mike Pence. And they get there, and they're like, "What do you want? 4 more years of locker room talk."
Hell yeah, dude. The news anchors would be... You know what's funny is there would be so much misinformation in the mainstream media about locker room talk.
Yeah.
Like, they'd be like,
They're
former
actually-
professional wrestler Matt Maran
Yeah.
and bodybuilder Bobby Sheehan.
They're not racist.
Active
Yeah.
shooter Joe Gorman.
yeah. That is fun. Like, whenever...
Joe's more of an inactive shooter.
Damn, I'm all right with that.
Get him
Good
while
night.
he's reloading.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. He's just scratching his balls.
Will I shoot somebody? Will Matt make it as a professional wrestler? Is Bobby Sheehan going to be the top finisher in the all-natural male bodybuilders competition? Find out on the next exciting episode of Locker Room Talk, wherever podcasts are sold and wherever single white men are radicalized to Islam.
We'll see you next time. Thank you for listening.